Hello and welcome to Room Review. It's Wednesday and I have made the executive decision that Room Review will be Wednesdays now at noon-ish Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to put a give or take 5 or 10 minutes in there because I can't seem to get on here right at noon. So if I put the little noon-ish caveat in there, I'm hoping that I can show up like I say I'm going to show up. So without further ado, we'll talk about this week's room review. We are looking at a bedroom. It is a room that does double duty again. I think that's a space that a lot of people have trouble with figuring out how to make it work well. But this is a room that's actually a pass-through. So it's got 2 doors on either side, and it is a way to get into another living area and another bedroom. So that poses some specific interesting issues that a regular room that you just walk into, close the door, and you have privacy presents. So we're going to look at that. It's also a room that is sometimes a bedroom, sometimes like a sitting area. So it needs to be able to be a bedroom and have some privacy, and then also be able to convert into like having a sofa situation and being somewhere where people can just sit and hang out. So without further ado, we will, let me see, I need to switch to, all right. So yeah, Wednesdays at 12-ish p.m. Okay, so first thing we see in this room, this is the first door coming in, the wall. I could not get that word to change to curtain. So it shouldn't say text, it says curtain. So I'm thinking of doing like a curtain that would be on either side of the room that would close off when people are sleeping and be able to create an enclosed area for the sleeping people, just in case anyone had to walk through. I really like this this pattern. I'm going to show you a few others later, but this was kind of my inspiration for this room. The wall color, I feel, is a little, we're looking at the rug here too. The rug is kind of old and dingy. I would either put in hardwoods and then put down a rug, or just layer a rug like one of these over it. You've got 3 different options here. More color, more neutral, and kind of more modern. So looking at the wall color, it's got kind of a dated yellow wash on it, which was big probably about 10 or 15 years ago. So I would change that. On the wall here, I would put a cool picture. I'm really liking the idea of like a map, a cool funky map of your favorite city. So maybe an antique map of your favorite city, or a real stylized one, or just a cool piece of art with a lot of color in it. So that's a big wall over there, even with the curtain closing. The curtain would just be hanging right there for some of the time, but then it would be closing when it needed to. Okay, the ceiling fan is very dated. I love this piece. And again, you can find all these things at my Pinterest page. This is another modern one with a light on it, but I like the sleekness of those. This one I thought was hilarious. I guess you could just hang a fan from your ceiling, but I just thought that was really funny. Anyway, so the curtains running across the picture, or something on the wall there, a map or something, and I would change the colors. I think I showed you a couple colors a minute ago, either kind of a pale blue or an off-white. This corner could use some shelving. You could do either a circular shelf like this, or this is a cool kind of modular looking one. Or you could DIY and install just some cool little corner shelves. But that'll add a little bit of depth and space over there on the side. This bed here can fold up into a sofa. So the other thing I'm not really crazy about is how close the wood color that they use in this room is to the walls and stuff. So that having a little more contrast, or just it just looks like it blends too much. It kind of blanches itself out. So again, the rule with the windows and the curtains, set them out away from out to the sides, and hang the curtains to beside the window. That rod should be extending out, and it could be a nicer rod too. You can still have a shade there to darken the room if you need to for people sleeping, but that's a beautiful window that they have there. I would also center the bed / sofa under the window because it kind of makes you feel wonky when you're in the room if it's off to the side and not lined up well. Here are a couple of other options for curtains. I really like this cravat fabric. I've got a link to it in my Pinterest board as well for this room. And as I was saying, I love this orange, kind of rusty orange color. And that paired with either the off-white or the pale blue would be beautiful. And these are really pretty too, kind of taupe curtains, but definitely longer and set out further to frame the window and give it some, make it more of a statement. I love linen bedding. I think I've said that before, but that's a nice linen bedding. I love this color, this deeper teal color, which would look great with the orange or the gray if you chose. And doing a really awesome fluffy comforter. I love that idea as well. Those are from Company Store. As far as all the pillows on the bed, I feel like this combination is really stark, a big difference, and all the pillow colors are the same. Adding some bright touches, like this one has a bunch of different colors, pulls in the orange and the teal. You could do some different textures, like a little velveteen, this little velvet orange. As far as arranging pillows, try to get different tones, different patterns, different scales in patterns, and different sizes so you can layer them. Okay, so moving right along. The corner over there, I think that's what we're going to look at now. That plant, everything is kind of low and heavy, and there's nothing up higher except for those curtains, which should come lower. But that plant is very dense and just in the corner. I'm not even sure if it's real, but here's something that's kind of light and airy. You could hang this in the corner. It doesn't need a lot of attention. This one, a snake plant, again, doesn't need a lot of attention, but stand it, raise it up, and make it a little more, give it a little more movement in the corner of the room. But plants are fantastic to have anywhere. So anywhere you can add a plant in your life, I highly recommend it. Okay, this wall over here, I would put either another piece of art or a mirror. We're also looking at this little piece of furniture. Nobody is really going to use a dresser in this room because there are closets on the wall over there. So the wall behind us that we don't see, there's a door to a bathroom and a wall of closets. But you don't need to have a dresser right there. So you could replace it with something else. If you did want to have a dresser, you could use it for storage or something. These are some ideas for funky mirrors. That one's made out of license plates. This one is made with living edge wood, which you can get custom on Etsy. I thought that was pretty neat. I like having kind of an element of surprise in the room that you don't expect. And then the other half of the curtain would be hanging over here, so you could close it. Okay, so now we're looking at that piece of furniture. If you do have a piece of furniture there, make it something in a wood that's a little different from the wall. Again, I don't like how that one is so same. But also get something, I like this in particular, because it could be against the wall there, and then when the sofa's folded up, it can come out and be a coffee table and have double duty. So here's kind of a little mood board of what I saw doing in this space. I pulled some of my favorite options out and put them together. Again, a lot of pattern in the rug. Adding those gorgeous orange curtains adds a lot of interest. And then I would keep the bedding more simple if I were to do that. Adding the green plants, putting the shelves in the corner, getting the dual duty coffee table piece you see there. And I love the idea of a framed map. Even if it's like a whimsical map, like that Paris map of one of your favorite cities. It's a great conversation piece too. So consider the needs of your room and declutter anything that's unnecessary. Let's see. I think that this may be the wrong page. Oh, Lordy. Okay, well, yes, this is, again, I'm not sure why my Canva is doing this, but we will talk about the things I said. We will look at adding a curtain that runs across and provides privacy, can be closed when people are sleeping in there. Use dual duty furniture that you could use for either a dresser or a coffee table. Add a corner shelf. Get some more movement on the walls. Add a mirror or possibly a quirky, fun map of your favorite city. And definitely adjust the curtains so that they hang the way you want them to, and they hang away from the wall. Okay, I'm going to come back to you now, I think. Okay, all right. Well, I hate that page was the wrong one, but I'll put it in the notes and we'll go on down the road. So, I hope you enjoyed that, and I would love to hear any questions that you have. And if anyone would like to have a room review, ooh, I see comments. I wonder how I comment back. I don't know how to do that on here. Hi, everybody. Hi, Annie. Hi, Alona. Thanks for being here. If anyone would like to have their room reviewed, please send me a message. I would love to review your room on Room Review. I do it for free, the ones that I air, so let me know if you have a room that you need some advice on. So thanks so much for being here, and join me here on Wednesdays noonish for Room Review, and I will see you next week.